Where's my 1 second, guys, while I get this going. I'll be right there. I'm not going to be on long. Literally going to be on for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This won't take that long. I'm going to go over a couple things with you guys. Let me push out this to everyone first. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth. No financial advice. A whole lot of truth, though. Today's my anniversary. I went out, got my wife some dinner. We cleaned the house, spent time away from the stream. Did all the little personal things I wanted to do today. But somewhere in there, throughout my day, I was in a Spaces call. And I found this Spaces call, and I was like, hey, they were praising Adam Aaron and AMC, like the usual the way the guys do it. And I said, hey man, do you guys mind if I poke some holes into your theory and or say some stuff? And they always say the same thing. I come in direct, guys. I don't come in yelling, screaming, over the top antics. I literally walk in and I'll be like, hey guys, I want to talk to you guys really quick. I'm going to give you the info and then you choose to do what you want with it. It's not for me to say, but let me post this really quick. It's called AMC Hard Facts for tonight. I'm going to give you all truth, all facts, no failings. How about that? I'll summarize SEC filings, and I'll let you guys figure out what the hell's going on. But me personally, it's a tough buy for me right now. But enjoy the show. It's going to start in a minute. I'm sure people will show up and they'll want to chime in as far as what we're doing and what I'm about to say. So if you guys do, you guys can participate. Give me your ideas, give me your thoughts. But I'm just going to go over a couple things with you guys. There's been some unfortunate things happening to retail for the last 2 years on these markets. Well, they've been happening for a lot longer than that, but it's all top of mind now that, COVID happened. Everyone was home with free money. They didn't know what to do with it. And eventually it all turned into Robinhood, Webull, and any other handheld brokerage account that you can put money into. You guys want to go buy some stocks, you guys want to focus on them. So I'm going to talk about AMC tonight in detail. And I usually don't because I feel like it's wasted breath at this point because I don't think anyone's listening. The echo chamber and the discussions that are being had in Twitter spaces called Reddit or YouTube are gross and they're disgusting. It's to the point where they're telling you they're buying a gold mine to back the NFT with gold to offset inflation. And I've heard it all, man. And I'm just thinking about the sheer ignorance of it all. If you want to back your NFT or your dividend with gold, you buy gold. You don't buy a gold mine. Certainly not one that has a history or a track record. But let's talk in detail, okay? No one's ever going to watch this damn live stream. I'm going to post it, guys. The only people who are going to watch this are GME guys because the only people who watch me anyway. But for that one AMC investor that's out there, I pray you watch this, and I pray you understand what you have. So here we go. AMC 101. So we're going to start with Adam Aaron for a second, guys. So if I'm starting with Adam Aaron, there's a big if I'm starting with Adam Aaron. Let's go here. This is AMC in a nutshell right here, guys. This is the chart everyone's excited about. They see some green down here. Of course, it's running, and you see this monster. So I want to explain this monster to you, but it doesn't start here. It starts way back here. So back here at $33.51, that was at the peak of what AMC was, okay? And that's March of 2015. Great earnings report, you name it, they were clicking. Adam Aaron wasn't even with the company yet. This is before all of that. As you see it coming down, you're looking right over here. Right here in 2015, this is when Adam Aaron came to the company in that October-September timeframe. It was already announced. He comes over, and this company is getting jacked at that point. So it might have even been here. It was 12/15/15, I believe. It might have been December 15th. I apologize. But as you can see, they have a bounce here. And as they go up, because they have nowhere to go, guys, look where they were. They were at 33.50. They reach it all the way up here at $33. Now, why is this significant? Because when you're at the peak of what the company used to be and you're running it, nowhere in God's green earth would you then buy $2 billion worth of movie theaters. But he did. And his board of directors, everyone told him not to. The board of directors has since changed. There's 3 new members on there, and him being one of them, him being the director himself, the chairman of the board, actually. But the other guys that are on there, there's 2 that are skeptical for me. We'll talk about it in a minute, guys. Don't worry. So as we come down, then you see this is the actual earnings report comes out. They find out they're not making money. You have a monster drop off here. This drop off here, this gap down was because they missed it. They missed it by a mile. Lost 25% of their shares. But when you're looking, as you're going down this list, okay, guys, as they keep selling off into the night, and this is after every acquisition they've ever had, I want to show you a couple of really crazy things. You know what you're looking at. This is how you know shorts. Are they manipulating this stock? Yes. But it's not what you think. They're not destroying it for you, retail. They're destroying it for themselves. This is how they get rich. This is how you know, okay? Right here. They shorted this all the way down to $1.95. At that $1.95 level, guys, do you know what they did to pump it back up? Do you see this big red candle down here at the bottom? They pumped it up with fake news. Go Google the date, please. 5/11/2020. Do you know what that was, guys? Do you know what 5/11/2020 was? Oh, I know what you're going to say. Oh, guys, this is COVID. This is COVID. Oh, no, I've got you. This might be COVID, but this one's not. Do you get what I'm saying? So as we look at this right here, this big date full of volume was Motley Fool telling you that they're going to be bought out by Amazon. They made a fake headline, guys, and everybody took it. Everybody rushed in to grab it, and everyone did. And certainly for those dollars, but it's pumping liquidity back into it. That's what they're doing, to pump it right back out. And what do you think they did? They took that shit right out of there, guys. Excuse my language. They took it right out, and they took it right down here to 221, all the way down to $1.91. This whole timeline that I'm showing you is the same timeline that Silver Lake and Mudrick and everyone's getting wet in this stock. People are making millions of dollars off of this. But it's not like they're against AMC. This is actually the plan. The plan was to dilute the shares, dilute the company beyond belief. Go listen to the earnings calls, guys. Go listen to them. And I'm not talking about 2021. Anybody can talk while they're on top. Anyone can talk like they have the biggest cachet they've ever had when they're robbing you, the retailer. Go look at it 2020. Listen to the phone calls. I've listened to them all. They're about an hour and 3 minutes apiece. It's the same Adam Aaron you hear now. You hear him then. And what was he saying then? He was sprinkling the magic on. Guys, we're going to make it, but we're raising cash and we don't need any more. We're going to survive. If you didn't need any more cash, Adam Aaron, as you say, and I'm paraphrasing, but you definitely said, he said, we've raised enough to last years. Why did you keep selling? Why do you keep selling? Why did you pay back Mudrick? That's what you did. You helped him out because Mudrick bought in at $2 in December. Right before 2020, right before this run, this magnificent run that everyone wants to talk about, like, because this is what you think it is. This stock went from $1.91 to $20. That's not a squeeze. They turned off the buy button according to everyone. The leverage on this stock, guys, didn't mimic GameStop until June. I'm letting you know right now, the run-up that GameStop had in March cannot be explained on this chart because it didn't exist for AMC. This is March of 2021. Now, it's okay to manipulate you here, as long as some of you guys took your money and most of you did. Most of you guys took profits here. But I want to talk to you guys about a Twitter Spaces call I was in tonight. I was driving around the whole valley here, getting my wife all the dinners she wanted, all 4 different restaurants. Whatever my wife wanted, I was going to go get tonight. And while I'm doing that, I'm in a Twitter Spaces call. And I'm listening because my boy is out there, Jacob. You guys know Rich Jacob. Rich Jacob's been in the channel before, just listening and talking. And comes from Ralph Castaneda's channel. And he comes to ours, and now he's a family member of our channel. And Rich is in there, and I'm listening. I'm like, okay, he's listening to the opposing view. He's listening to these guys stroke Adam Aaron. I'm listening. And after a while, I couldn't take it. Because you guys know I'm a good citizen. I'm going to sit here and give out the info. So I requested to speak, and I did so in a respectful manner. I sat there and I said, all right, guys, here I go. And before I spoke, just so you guys are aware, before I spoke, I said, guys, I'm going to poke some holes in your theories here. Are you okay with that? They replied with, absolutely, as long as we can have a great discussion, a normal discussion. So here I am thinking we're going to have some dialogue. None. I said everything I wanted to say. I did. I gave them paraphrasing from SEC filings. I let them know what HYMC really is, the Sprott agreement. They were shouting out numbers like, well, it's a bullish thing because of Adam Aaron and backing out gold, and they own 50% of the company and they bought it for $22 million. Wouldn't you like to buy a gold mine for $20 million? And I was just like, did they even read the filing? Or did they just read whatever they wanted to? Whatever Twitter post. I've done videos on the filing, right? I mean, the Sprott agreement is an agreement between AMC and HYMC for $50 million by the end of this month. They need $50 million to pay out 10% leverage on their senior loans so that they can stretch them out to 2025. They don't have to make a single payment for 3 years. And in the span of those 3 years, the executives will make their money. I'm sure AMC will make their money on the shares that they're buying at 24 cents. 24 cents. They agreed to buy in at 24 cents all the way up to $2, whatever the run-up was for the last previous week of that time frame, right? March 10th, whatever it may be, 11th, 12th. Well, what happens then? In the same agreement, they agreed to dilute the stock 1.4 billion shares and or $500 million, whatever comes first. So that's retail buying in and getting diluted on the spot, but no one's announcing that. This is why Adam Aaron canceled his interview, because he had to cancel his interview with CNBC and whomever, because if he tells you, yes, I bought in, you guys should buy in too, the hellstorm that's coming for him when they find out that they just announced the same token, in the same day, a separate filing, they're diluting the shares. So AMC can tell you that they're buying a gold mine. They're not. They're bailing out Mudrick because Mudrick is HYMC. Mudrick owns over 40% of that company. They're the SPAC company that brought them to the market, brought them public. So Mudrick is connected with AMC, and not in a bad way, in a perfect way for them. I mean, they're making money off of it. They've been making money off of AMC for a long time, for the last year and a half. This is a problem I have. The numbers don't add up. Yes, $22 million is a great investment, but it's really $56 million, the pledge of it. Additionally, there is no profit to be made other than AMC selling those shares, which inherently declines your underlying asset. The fact that you're buying in retail, why else would he make the announcement other than to rev up retail? He's not trying to rev up institutional buyers. He has no plan on how to get institutional buyers for AMC, let alone HYMC. Now that they're official, quarter of a business ownership in it. It's a $100 million company. It's not worth anything. It's trash. Guys, I'm telling you all this not to save you, but to say that this guy is something else. I mean, these guys were shouting out, trust the process. That's the phrase. That's the phrasing from the 76ers. And I was like, that's the phrase the 76ers developed after he left, because they were trying to trust the process of getting better after he left. He's still on the board of directors. He still owns a portion of the team. Good for him. He ran into the ground too. I mean, he was terrible. He's terrible at every job he's ever had. Can't tell me otherwise. Show me a track record. I'll show you who he is. But if you're invested, that's great. You guys need to know the truth. More than that, Twitter Spaces calls. This echo chamber, this nonsense. So what did they do to me? They listened to me. Then the person who was in charge of the whole Spaces call, some female, I don't remember her name, she was reluctant. She was like second guessing what I was saying. She goes, is that a fact? She said it like second guessing me. And I said, yeah, I'm paraphrasing the SEC filings. Like, yes, this is a fact. My whole process that I want you guys to understand is, how could you ever be invested in a company that you don't know the facts? Like, I know everything about GameStop. Literally everything. Guys, I'm telling you, I don't want to say everything, but I know enough to be comfortable with my investment. They know nothing. The assumptions being made on AMC are crazy. There's going to be an NFT. There's going to be a dividend. What are you talking about? There's not going to be. And they never want one. They will steer clear of that conversation every time you bring it up. And I believe Adam Aron's already done that before. But I'm trying to help out the masses, and nah. Can we talk about GameStop now? Am I there yet? No, I'm not. I'm not there yet because I want to talk about a couple things that don't make sense to me. Let's talk about this. These are the board of directors and senior officers for AMC. Help me out here, guys. Stephen Colorano, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know how to say these names. Why would I ever want this guy on my board of directors? I mean, why? He has his previous experience is with Blockbuster. Okay? Blockbuster, right here. Radio Shack. This all sound familiar to you guys? This is crazy. This is who we're bringing in. Next one, Elizabeth Frank. Time Warner. What a failed company that is. It's okay. We'll go better. Sean Goodman. Hey, you know what, Sean Goodman? You're my guy. The highest paid CFO in the history of failed companies. ASB, is that what it's called? Let me make sure. It's not ASB. It's ARB. I want to make sure I have the right company here. Let me go find it really quick. It's got to be here somewhere. Is it this one? No, go back. Right here. I want to get you the right info, guys. I don't want to say it wrong. ABG, there we go. ABG. His former company, guys. Okay? Let me show you guys something. So this punk, okay? This punk does this. His company's trash, okay? He gets in, he's here at $49. He comes all the way up. He gets somewhere around here and he ditches. He leaves. He leaves the company right around here is when he left and he sold. Sold everything he had. Boom. He sells. He jumps into AMC. But look what his company does. His company gets rid of him, right? Pandemic hits. It doesn't matter. Look what this company's a monster after he leaves. All the way up to $230. So I'm happy that they kept progressing well after him. He is a former everything. This guy, Sean Goodman, he's just too much for me. It's part of the Harvard connection that they have. You know how many guys here are from Harvard? It's gross, guys. It's disgusting. The only guy I agree with in this whole damn thing that should be here is this guy named John Mcdonald. He is the same guy who just retired, guys. John Mcdonald should definitely be working for the movie theater because he's been with them forever in that business, in that company, since it's in his bloodline. If you keep going down, guys, all these guys have been with them for a long time. Dan Ellis is a snake. Dan Ellis shouldn't be anywhere near this company as well, but he's the type of guy that is a snake. He's from Carmike Movie Theaters. So he came along with the acquisition. The next guy I want to talk about, let's see, because there's somebody here that doesn't make sense to me, guys, and you're going to help me with this. Adam Aron, we know he's terrible. He's terrible at everything he's ever done. And I don't care about the movie guy who makes movies, Howard Hawk Koch Jr. This is the one that doesn't make sense. Philip Latter. That's his name. Philip. Guys, they all want to talk about him in highest prestige of all time, okay? I don't understand why he's on the board of directors for a failed movie company. This guy is regal. This guy, and when I mean regal, I'm talking about he is that big. White House Deputy Chief of Staff. He was an ambassador to U.S. Small Business Administration. He served President Clinton's cabinet member. He has been everything you can think of in this country. Why the hell is he on this board? He's the senior advisor to Morgan Stanley Institutional Securities. He is on the board of directors for AMC. He is so overqualified to even be in the same table with Adam Aron and the rest of these losers. This guy is something else. He is on the boards of Lords of London, Marathon Oil. He is huge. He is money. The British Museum, the Smithsonian. This guy does not belong here. He's the odd man out. When I look at this whole board of directors, he is from Harvard Law School, Oxford Law School. He has 11 doctorate degrees, honorary doctorate degrees, or 14 of them. He is different. I don't know why he's there, and I can't figure it out. He's been with AMC since 2019, June. You get what I'm saying? Did you see his stock price then? where it was headed to $2. This is who they put in their place. This is I don't know if he's just holding a spot. I don't get it. Maybe for the votes to get stuff done. He doesn't make any sense. Right here, Gary Locke doesn't make much sense to me either. It's the China connection because of Wanda. I think this is it. This guy was a Chinese ambassador for America, but he's elected to the board as well. But these guys and the combination between China and AMC, it's been there for a long time. Anthony here, this guy's no better, but you know what? I give him some credit because he actually has like a PhD, and that matters to me. And he has 35 years of business in international business. But again, it's a Chinese connection for him. But this guy, Adam Sussman, doesn't he already look like a punk? This dude's all over the place. He's Nike. He is GoDaddy.com. He's Electronic Arts. He's Zynga. He's everything, but he's a Harvard grad. He's that Harvard connection guy. And then Lee Whitlinger, whatever his name is, this dude right here, the same thing. These guys come from the same crew, 2018, 2019. They all came onto this board of directors. 2018, 2019. What's crazy is this to me, is that for a company that's supposed to be so embedded with history, and it's what they do. We've been in business for 100 years. We're not going anywhere. Then why the hell are you making changes to your directors, making changes to your board daily, weekly, in this case, compared to 100 years, right? You just did all this the last 2 years. This is what AMC is doing. There's no one there of longevity, of stature, nothing. I go to any companies that are viable, any companies that are actually making a profit, companies that are surviving this world over this last 100 years, and they're all grandfathered in. They've been there 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. Not these guys. They have new flash in the pan people. GameStop does too. The difference between them and GameStop is GameStop's insiders are buying shares, not selling them. Certainly not at the peak. There's a huge difference here. So I'm excited for us. You guys saw AMC insiders sell this whole year, even right after January, all the way through. AMC must not be paying their insiders nearly enough stock because they're not selling any. Maybe they're holding on to them because they feel they're so valuable. I feel the same way. I'm just ranting tonight. I'm just going because it pisses me off, man. And Rich Jacobs here. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate you. Marantz, once again, thanks for all that you do. I look up and respect you more than you think. You've taught me a lot about the stock market, business, and flaws in crypto. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll always support. I appreciate the support, Rich. I really do. Like I tell everyone who ever super chats me, make sure you buy your shares and buy whatever you need to buy around your home before you ever send me money. I don't need the money, but I appreciate that, sir. And I know you were there in that Spaces call where they muted me. Kind of felt like I was Trump on Twitter, like I was Kanye on Instagram. But the truth is, I was really calm. I felt I was calm. And I was to the point where I made my points very clear and that you could not dispute them because you can't dispute them. They're all facts. I'm not giving you feelings here. So the only feeling I'm going to give you is that I love GameStop, of course. But we'll talk about that while on my way out the door. I do got to get going, guys. I'm going to go home. I'm already home. But I have things to do tonight. I have things to do tomorrow. And I want to hang out with you guys. But remember, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm reading notes over here that I was writing down earlier. That's pretty good. So just know we're not trying to keep the ship floating. We're not trying to get back into something great. That's not what GameStop's doing. GameStop is building something different. We're completely different. And I think everyone's taking notes on that. And the fact that Alan Adler went ahead and bought 1,500 shares yesterday and or today. Was it today or tomorrow or yesterday? I don't know. It was filed though. And more insiders are buying, right? So our insiders just bought over $10.5 million of GameStop shares. I think that kind of tells you where you're at. And if you're looking at the short interest, you're looking at cost to borrow. Cost to borrow is the highest it's ever been in the past fiscal year. I'm pretty sure on that number. And we've had the most volume we've had since June or March. Since March, yeah. Most volume we've had since March. So I'm going to go ahead and read your chat in a minute, guys. I did see. I'll read the chat so I can interact with you guys right now, and then I'll go ahead and keep spitting out GameStop and where we're headed and what we're doing. But we'll talk about it in a minute. Why are you expecting GME to go up, but Pi-Fi YouTuber who promoted GME said sell, he sold GME. And T-Link, I don't care what he does. That guy is a shill and a half if you knew the truth behind what my thesis is. My thesis is to hold GameStop until the day I die. You guys are not. None of you guys are like me. I'm aware of that. I don't care what other YouTubers are doing. Like, that's not how I'm influenced to buy stock by any stretch. I mean, I'm influenced by the balance sheet and where they're headed. I'm way beyond that, man. I'm so simplistic, it's unreal. I don't need to read the chart and read the trends and figure out if it's going to be up today versus tomorrow. If this stock could go back down to $20, I could care less. I'm still going to buy it. I'm going to buy your shares too. Chances are you're going to sell. You're going to sell on the way down. The real play could never be AMC. It could never be. As much as you can say it as many times as you want in the text, it could never be. Your board of directors have bought 0 shares. They have no incentive to do their job, and they never will. Not at this price, apparently. Although they've all made gains off of it. The people who made the biggest gains, and I'm so happy for them because I read the insiders and I got to learn them all, were people that had been with AMC for like 30 years, 40 years. Like, they really deserve that big bonus. I get that part. They sold at 61, 59, 55. A lot of them hit it. Adam Aaron sold at 40, 30, and 20. I get that. I do. Oh, and he hadn't sold in so many years, Marantz, because he was trying to get back to where he was. But his job is to kill that company, not to make it survive. And he's doing it. And he's doing a really good job at that. He really is. He's killing it. And you guys just don't understand it. A lot of you guys can't see past basic math. Basic math is this. He's diluted that stock 400 million shares. Additionally, they're operating at 1/5 of what they operated previous. And I'm talking about before he got there. So with inflation upon you, I mean, how much have they lost? 85% of their profits? If you compare dollar for dollar from the last 10 years, they're not making nearly as much money as they need to. And you can't, because the cost of living has gone up. You can't pay your employees. You can't pay your rent, which they're deferring rent for whatever reason. You don't think that interest is going to pile up as well? Because when they start making payments, guys, the interest gets back on there. It's not like, oh, they just deferred them for now and they don't have to because there's no interest on the loans for X amount of years. Well, yeah, guess what? Adam Aaron won't be there. It's not his problem. His problem is trying to make money now, surviving now so he can get another annual salary bonus. That's how this works. You don't worry about it for the next guy. You just worry about it for you. No one's trying to save the world here. This is the problem I have. When you say generational wealth, do you believe it? Like, somebody asked me today in a DM, they were like, hey, Marantz, how many shares do you have? I gave them a breakdown on how to really calculate that out. So why is your floor moving? Why is it so low? 17,500, that's low, I guess. It might be to you, but maybe you don't have enough shares. I have plenty. I have plenty to sell. Options. I love this phrasing. You know, Marantz, if you bought options, you'd have more liquidity in the play. And then in turn, when you cash those out, you could buy more shares. When do you limit yourself? When do you buy more? Have you ever gambled in your life? Have you ever gone to the casino and say, I'm going to pull out this money that I just won because I'm taking it home with me? Now, where do you set your limit? Chances are you've lost more than you've won. Well, that's anyone and everyone. There's no difference in the options game. I know for a fact that whole crew over there that you guys are following, they have lost millions of dollars at the words and advice of another. You'll never hear it from me. I'll never do that play for you. I literally love this company, and I won't patronize you guys. But at the same time, these are free markets. Right? That's the phrasing they're going to use. Well, these are free markets. This is how they work. Liquidity's there to make it. The fool is you holding the stock. The opportunist is the one making nickel and diamond it the whole way up, the whole way down. Yeah, if that's your job. If that's your job, go get your job, man. Go do it for a living, please. I know a lot of people who play poker for fun. I know a lot of people who do it for a living. Let me tell you how tough that grind is. I don't have that in me. What I have is a love for the stock, the company, and my family. And I respect them enough to buy the shares and hold them and understand what I'm risking. There's no risk whatsoever. None. The risk is minimal for most. But good morning. And you are first. GME is different. GME is different. Our board of directors are different. Our leadership's different. Our tweets are not made there to give you a long, drawn-out thesis of where we're headed and what we're doing. That spaghetti sales mentality does not work here. We know where we're headed. We know the relationships we're building. We literally go like this. We have a partnership with X, Y, and Z. We announce it. That's it. We're not here to elaborate any more than that. We're not here to give you the details of it and how it's going to work out. But if you go to the other end, I'm going to tell you something. When a person tells you too much, it's because they're trying to convince you of something. We invested $22 million in HYMC. That's how easy that conversation could have been. But instead it was, are you not aware of how much gold they produce and silver per pound per month and what the asset is and what the value is and this is where we're headed? And it was like, what? Choke on that. Eat your crow. It's crazy. Give me a tweet of an ice cream cone and a frog. Give me that. Because then at least I know you're not trying to mislead me or trying to sell me. You ever heard that phrase, don't sell me? Don't sell me on the desk. The product sells itself. Don't sell me on the desk. You guys never heard this before? You get it up, right? We get enough people to walk up to the counter. You want to sell? You can't sell them. Well, this is what we do. This is why it is this way. You know, we give a warranty. Don't worry. It's a lifetime warranty. It's going to be great. Where's the value? Where's the product? Is it worth it? It sells itself. If you don't believe in GameStop, that's on you, man. Roll out. But you don't got to tease me. You don't got to fake me out here. Doesn't work that way. Fighting BCG is another thing. Fighting BCG means a lot. The Boston Consulting Group. I told you this story before when I was young and I was growing up and I was working at this corporation. They had consultants running around for like 2 months. And they were gutting the building, man. Laying people off, figuring out who they could get rid of, who makes too much money, who doesn't. Could somebody just do those ads? I mean, do we really have to upsell them? You know, they're selling advertising, but do we really have to upsell them? Couldn't we just take the order that they give us and put it in? It was like, oh, they can just plug in their own order. And guess what? We can get rid of that person. Because, like, you know, the guy at McDonald's, is he really trying to upsell me? Hey, you know, or is he reminding me that there's specials for the day? Oh, I know you bought this, but you know, if you bought 2, you can get extra. That's what I want to do. But they won't do that to you when it's automated service. So you have to find ways to make up that lost revenue. And how do they do it? They'll cut the superstars. And sure enough, I was salesman of the year 3 years in a row. It sounds crazy, I know. You're like, no way, Mariah. No, try me. Okay? Understand. Advertising. My sales teams were the number 1 teams 3 years in a row. I was the guy. And it was time to lay me off. They called me into the office and laid me off. It was a consulting group giving the company an idea of how to cut corners. We can outsource all phone calls to Missouri. I believe that's what it was. It was to Mississippi, maybe. And we'll just do it at our call. We have a call bank in Mississippi, and they'll make all the orders, and then they'll fax them back. And that'll save us all money. You don't have to pay commissions. And I was like, what? Like, this is the world we're going into? But right now, consulting groups are charging an absorbent amount of fees for, well, in this case, GameStop was supposed to be heading one direction, a retail brick and mortar direction. That's why they had their previous CEO. He had that experience. And Ryan Cohen comes in and says, wait a minute, I want to do something different. And he bargained and he bartered for those 3 seats on the board. That gave them the power to do what they did. And they flushed out the system. They flush out this consulting group because you're paying them X amount of dollars. Too much money. Like everyone else would be. Like Bed Bath & Beyond probably does. And like AMC obviously does. AMC has to have a consulting group because they were under the impression they were going under. In 2017, 2018, 2019, they started laying off and closing movie theaters. That was the plan, to get a little bit softer because they bit off too much with the acquisition of Carmike and Odin movie theaters. And they had like 2 other small acquisitions in addition to that. But consulting groups are somebody that you're paying to help you cut corners. And in this case, it looks like Citadel has a feeder program. The feeding program is BCG, and they're feeding their employees to Citadel. Because if they're doing right by Citadel, it's just like another arm to them. And remember, you can still call them, you can still talk to them, have conversations with them. Hey guys, what are you guys doing over there? Who are you consulting with? Oh, make sure you cut it this way, make sure you cut it that way. That's the assumption. But 11 employees to go from BCG to Citadel is not a coincidence. That is a farm system. That is a farm system for the corrupt. And Ryan Cohen's ready to go, gloves on with them. And I hope he announces everything. He's tight-lipped a lot about stuff, but can you imagine in a courtroom setting? Like, no, we're not going to pay you guys. It would have to be a closed hearing at that point. There's too much money on the line here, guys. There's so much money that's not being spoken about, and it's right here in front of you. Vince, how you doing, man? Yeah, Lucifer, how we doing? Yeah. Hey, T-Link. Pi-Fi also sucks on hookahs all day and probably shits in his... That's pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy that I got attacked. I just got attacked. No, I don't know, man. But I'm going to start reading the chat, guys. I'm going to hang out with you for a little bit longer, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. I just, you know what, I wasn't going to go live today, but my wife, she's been real cool with me. And she's like, yeah, babe, go do your thing. I'm always working. But, guys, I try not to get too worked up. But when you mute a voice in a Twitter Spaces calls, I think I'm going to be hosting my own Twitter Spaces calls. Like right now, I have a good setting. So they allow me to speak on these GME Twitter Spaces calls. I'm invited every day. They let me speak. I talk. It's a good environment for like-minded people. But at the same time, they speak about a lot of shit. They really do. They don't have the right format yet, but they do get it out there. And, Conway's a huge voice for GameStop on YouTube. On Twitter, if you guys don't know, he doesn't really have a YouTube so much, but he has a Twitter. He has like 5,000 followers. And GameStop retweeted his tweets. Like, they just replied to him tonight on one of his tweets. So Conway's out there. But if you don't have a Twitter, guys, I have a Twitter. Come follow me. Come watch. It's only getting bigger. We went from one, we're already at 700 something on there. So I'm trying to get to 8, trying to get to 9, and we'll go from there. As far as here, man, we're doing really well on YouTube. That's because all of us, right? I had a buddy, I guess he saw the video. Let's talk about the phone call for a second. So the phone call to my brother, if you guys seen that video, it's called 1 Week Anniversary. Hilarious for me. My brother agrees that I need to call him. He says, call me every week, bro. We'll talk. I said, okay. Well, I pointed out a lot of his lies to him in private. And he's like, I'm not talking to you if this is what you're going to do. And I was like, bro, I don't lie. You're lying. And he tries to clear up the dates and the times or whatever. And it's cool. I don't care what he says. It is what it is. But it's funny to me because I have an open shill right here in front of you telling you he's selling. He doesn't want to do it. And he's gonna promote that propaganda. Right. And I'll give him the space to do it just because it's entertaining. But for you other guys out here like T-Link, I don't know you that well, man. I don't know you well enough to talk. But if any of you guys see, there's a guy out here. His name's LabG. You guys familiar with LabG? Right? LabG Athlete. I believe that's his name. If you guys see him in my chat at any time, feel free to ban him forever. I will not put up with disrespect and threats. And that's what he did today in one of our videos, and my post, actually, my anniversary post. He said something inappropriate about whomever, and then he replied back with he's going to sue me. So that's how that conversation went. So if you guys see LabG, let him know that I'd love for him to sue me. I'm supposed to share this with you guys. I now officially have the P.O. Box. Where'd that information go? I have it, guys. I got the P.O. Box for you. I just don't know my address. Give me 1 second. Where the hell did it go? That's weird. I thought I had it at my desk. I don't know where it went. Is it here? Is that it? Nah, I guess I'll have to find it, guys. I have it somewhere. Oh, you know what? I think I took it with me in my truck. It's probably in my truck because I was going to add it, but sorry, guys. I'm around. Somebody wrote my name over here. You think GME about to rip? Borrow rate is the highest it's been in over a year. Last time it was this high was January 2021. Yeah, I said that the 29% was the highest it had been right after the 29th. So, do I think it's going to rip? Man. Let me get back to you on that one for a second, okay? Because I have a couple of thoughts. Sure, bud. Inkling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell him. Yeah. AMC's a real play. Yeah. Jimmy is a dead play. Dead play? Yeah. Jimmy is dead. Thank you, T-Link. We could never make it without you, man. Hello, everyone. What a week. I think all the dots are connecting finally. Not financial advice, but I think they couldn't program their trading algorithms for buying and holding and buying and holding. You know, I wouldn't even give them that much of a reasoning. You know, some guys were skeptical about holding the shares and different brokerages and you have to DRS your shares and all this other nonsense that I'm hearing. And I'm just telling you guys, I don't think it's going to be that bad for the brokerage. I think it's going to be that bad for the hedge funds. I think the brokerages will be able to handle what's coming. I really do. I think that's what the stress tests that they were doing last year, I hope, and they're not being surprised this time around. So hopefully they have enough collateral on hand, but they're going to need it. GME sell as soon as possible. Oh, Pi-Fi said, I don't even care what he said, bro. But for you to bring up his name, you might be him for all I care. Hell yeah, late night stream. Yeah, Rich Jacob, I'm here, man. Is Kyoto here? I don't think Kyoto's here yet. Kyoto probably doesn't know I'm live. I don't really tell everyone. I don't go like post and say everyone, but you know, if you have the alerts on, there you go. GME is dead and I'm the Dalai Lama. There you go. Come back to life, man. I got you. Pi-Fi didn't sell anything. Yeah, I don't know. Pi-Fi doesn't give financial advice? Well, yeah, sure. Sure he doesn't. At the same time, I don't know if he has any shares to sell. He does. I know he does. I'm just talking shit. I saw someone begging Ryan Cohen to buy AMC on Twitter. I don't doubt that at all, GME only. Those guys are delusional. I don't even know why they follow. Like, I know why I follow AMC or why I follow Ryan or Adam Aaron. It's to laugh and then to, you know, punk them. But not for, I'm not begging him for anything. He couldn't help me. He's broke. He's absolutely broke. They're $6 billion in the upside down. They're in the upside down world. I watched a lot of Stranger Things back in the day. I know you aren't a fan of crypto. I'm not either. What are your thoughts on buying LRC if they're partners with GameStop? You know, I'm not a fan of crypto in the sense that I think a lot of it's manipulated. I think IMX and LRC are in the infancy, and even Tonic, right? I've been looking up Tonic with my buddy of mine. But a lot of them that are getting started now, i.e. in the last year, those would be ideal cryptos. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. Ethereum, yes, because it has a practical use at this moment from what I can see. I would have no choice. But for me personally, the LRC, yes. IMX, yes. If it's connected with GameStop, I'm all in until I'm proven wrong. By them, of course. Like if they say they're going to do something and then it doesn't work out, well, shit, then we lost and we didn't make it, you know? Like, is it possible GameStop can fail? Yes, it's very possible. But I'm under the terms of probable, right? Like it's a possibility that they won't fail. So I'm not skeptical to the point. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. That's what I'm doing. So Jim Cramer can say whatever he wants to say, and so can Michael Packard, you know, from Wedbush. All these guys can say whatever they want about GameStop and Ryan Cohen and the direction and what they haven't proven or what they haven't said. They were all said the same thing about other companies in the past, and they've been proven wrong plenty of times. So I'm not here to prove them wrong. I'm just here to push out what I'm doing. What about GME? This is like the only GME channel, but yet you're talking about AMC. G Dollar the Great. I was talking about AMC because it was the topic last night, or tonight, I'm sorry, in the Twitter Spaces call. But for every you better believe this is GameStop. This is the only channel that is officially sponsored, affiliate sponsor of GameStop. No one else is. So I don't care what any of you guys say. I don't care if it's Cosmic. I don't care if it's Pi-Fi. I don't care if it's Uncle Bruce. I don't care who you guys watch. They are not affiliated with GameStop. I am. There's a big difference there. And And then when they do become affiliated, great for them. I was first, and I can just put that out there, and I'll be great with it. And it's going great. So there's links in my bio page. There's links in descriptions. You guys can click on them. GME to the moon, sure. I totally agree with that. Rich Jacob was there. He's the reason why I was in that Spaces call. Rich Jacob, shame on you hanging out in AMC Spaces calls, though, bro. I'll choke you out. Alan Palms, you see that GME wallet on the NFT beta website? I did, man. And let me tell you, that's probably the biggest thing to trigger me, where I was like, man, a couple of things could happen here. You know, even if we made our own marketplace, like that would be crazy, right? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't mean our own marketplace for just NFTs. I'm talking about crypto in general. Like, there's some shit here. That's just wild. But if GameStop's going that big and it's going to be that big, what's $100 billion? What's $500 billion? Remember, I can dream, and I can get really big in my dreams, man. And right now, $76 billion is $1,000 a share. Give me 750. Give me $750 million on a market cap, and there you have it. You have your $10,000 a share. Give me $3 billion on market cap, and there you have it, almost $40,000 a share. I'm not good at math, but I'm pretty sure. Sup, Moranson team? How you doing? Still trying to figure out why people like AMC over GME. You'll never be able to figure that out because they're not people. Half of them are bots, and the other half are just lemmings. So, monkey see, monkey do, apparently. Insider stacking up on GME. F yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's the biggest thing in a long time for me to look at a company. You know, I don't usually see insiders buy that much as we have. I mean, they're just buying it at the worst time, according to the hedge funds, right? But they would all make you believe that we're overvalued, and by them buying it in, that is just fundamentally sound. Salivating over what comes up in discovery with the BCG suit. Yeah, once they go into litigation and they bring them under that purview, they literally have to disclose everything they do. Who pays them? What are their it's going to be phenomenal. They would be dumb. They'd be dumb to go full out battle with GameStop in court because it would just put so many eyes on BCG. And I think their lawyers are going to tell them that. I really do. Rotten river water comes from the top. I like that. I like that a lot. How you doing, Ralph? Nice to see you, babe. Appreciate you. I own both, but I cherish GameStop way more because of value play. There are more games than moviegoers. There are more gamers than moviegoers. Yeah, and gamers are inherently loyal. You know, extremely loyal. There is a group of moviegoers that are loyal, and those are Marvel movie guys. But like I said, you can only show one Marvel movie at a time. And you might put it in 3 movie theaters, and you might show it every 3 hours, but what are you really making money off of? How often are you making money? It's tough, man. What's up, Ralph? How you been? He's good. He's been watching soccer. That's his problem. I'm doing awesome. New opportunities. Life is good. Yep, that new job, I got you, man. Stacks, how we doing, dude? You know, just getting banned. It actually banned me out of that damn Twitter Spaces. They kicked me, and that was it. Winflips, how we doing? Josh Brown, yes, sir. Stacks, what's up, Rich, Ralph, everyone, yeah. We're going to get a Fab Friday double team stream tomorrow. I don't know because I literally have to take the kids to school. I got to get gas in the morning. I have things to do. I'd love to partner up with Ralph, but Ralph is a busy man, and he's hard to catch. But I'm around. Ralph knows where to find me. My door's always open. I thought it was just my phone. What's going on? Wi-Fi sucks on what? The hookah, bro. Yeah. Remember when Trey's computer got hacked, supposedly? Yeah. I remember when TMI YouTube got shut down, too. I've just been listening and working out. So excited for the future. Thank you so much. Y'all ready to hear this sexy voice? I'm your famous. I'll make you famous. Josh Brown. When I do my Twitter Spaces calls, you're more than welcome to come over with your Korean accent. And I know you probably don't have one. Yo. Hey, Marantz, thanks for the chat today in Discord. Appreciate it. Oh, Steven, I didn't know you were there. Which one were you in? Because I've been all over these Twitter Spaces calls, and but that's cool. Or in Discord? Oh, that was you. Okay, now I know where. Yeah, we were talking. He and I were talking in detail. And that was awesome. So he's undercover GME Klansman. I don't know who that is. This might be my time to check out. Honey, am I done with my live stream? I am? All right, guys. Well, my live stream's done. Wife calls the shots, certainly today. But I'm going to finish the chat real quick, and I'm going to get the hell out of here, okay, guys? But I love you guys. Bro, it's my 1 week anniversary. My 1 week anniversary. That's hilarious, Stacks. Oh, it's an inside joke for anybody who's ever watched my show. If you watch my show, go look at the video. It's called 1 week anniversary. You'll love it. It's called the week-iversary, as my wife would say, because anniversary represents annual. So you think GME about to rip, borrow rate is the highest it's ever been. You know what, Steven? I gave it some thought right now. I don't think it's going to rip yet. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. But they have to have more tricks up their sleeve. I mean, you have to. At this point, this is it. 60 days removed, and I said this on my Twitter. It's been 60 days since the most volatile day of options, right? Like, so our options were crazy January 21st, 2022. The expiration date came from there. Boom, Monday, Tuesday, the next week, 60 days from there, we go crazy here. I'm just saying, I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know if they had 30 days to find new positions or if they're finding them right now or why the volume is so crazy. But you had to cover and represent yourself on a reg show of 30 million shares you had to, bless you, hun, but 30 million shares you had to satisfy the brokers with. And guess what our volume has been over the last 3 days? 30 million shares. I'm just saying, man. I'm not saying much, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. What's up, brother? On March 8th, I bought in GameStop for 500 shares. Wilbur Dodge. Great job, Wilbur. Great buy. I think that's a good buy. That's just me personally, and I think you're going to be rich. Insiders buying a ton of GME too. Lots of form. Yeah, I haven't seen all the forms, but I have to read them all. I've been busy, man. Is that gap filled or what? One short of 125.75. I think we're going to be fine. I think they look. Today was crazy, man. They dropped us all the way down to 125. We came right back, roaring back to the end. What a great day. I think GME is on FOMO timeline. NFT platform launch by the end of quarter two sooner. FOMO. Man, FOMO's coming. And when it hits, guys, when FOMO hits like it does with like the Wall Street Bets crowd, they literally are jazzed up tonight. They're looking at all this cost to borrow going up. If you hit that trigger of those 10 million bots over there and they start buying this shit, it's over. It's over. All right, y'all, got to crash. Yeah, no problem. Ralph Morantz, double team Friday tomorrow. Nah, man, we're good. You call Jim ugly mother effer. Haha. Yeah, Jim Cramer. Yeah, I just said, dude, he keeps calling us apes, and I don't agree with that. I'm a retail investor, but because his wife said yes, he looks like an ape. Morantz, I was never in a space call. You got me mistaken. Oh, wow, dude. Well, I did go in there. There was a guy named Rich Jacob in there. But maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. I just traded AMC options, bought some stock. You called me out when I thought it was going back to 60 because I was trading $55 call, losing my ass. It was fun while it lasted. Well, then I did good. Duo stream sounds good next Tuesday or so. How about Wednesday, Ralph? I'm good for Wednesday. But then, hey, man, my Wednesday, I got to call my brother. Oh, for his second week anniversary. And he's either going to buy a piece of cake or a yes, ma'am, or something else. My wife said, hurry. So I got to go. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, you know what's up. I got to watch this show, man, these TV shows. You know, I got to act like I care. Hey, yes, hon. You want to watch my best friend's wedding again? Absolutely. Yeah, them borrowed rates, it's called only about 600K shares. Everyone can eat them up. Yeah, I guess we can. But the volume's been mighty crazy, and I'm loving it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. I know we could talk all night, but we start out this show, AMC Hard Facts, only because these dudes want to mute your boy. And, you know, but I'll go GameStop tomorrow. I'll go GameStop the next day. Thanks for the shout out. You said I'm going to be rich, and that was awesome. Wilbur Dodge, I've never lied out here. I don't lie. I'm telling you the truth. These are hardcore facts. You have 500 shares. That is crazy money. Remember that. Please remember that. So when it's about, you know, I'm going to give you a ballpark range. It's about like $3,000 a share and everyone's knocking on your door and they're like, oh my God, dude, you're worth about 1.5 million. That's when you go like this. Yeah, I know. And because you don't need the money. I don't need the money. People don't need the money right now. You'll know when you need the money, when you're broke, you're hungry, and then you look back and you tell your wife and you tell your friend, it's okay. It's okay. We sold everything. We're broke. We have nothing. That's okay. You lost your job. You don't have a car. It's okay. Because I got a shit ton of GameStop shares over here. I've been hanging on to for the last 20 years and nobody knows it. I've been walking around with $1 million in my pocket and nobody knows it because I let it mature. I let the company do what they do. And those insiders are thinking the same way you are. They're already billionaires, guys. They're not here to just go ahead and sell out and keep going. No, this is where they're at. This is their little hobby and it's mine too. It's called GameStop and it can't stop. It won't stop. It's GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.